was made. So according to this timeline, it falls well within that time frame. And today is the second day. And the update to that is that the Senate has also approved President Bola Tinubu's proclamation of a state of emergency. The National Assembly imposed a joint committee of both chambers to oversee the administration of affairs in the state during the emergency period. It is activated. Oh well, like I normally say when I don't want to say anything, I usually have opinions, but today I don't. I'll just take your thoughts. And moving from that, Atiku has announced an opposition coalition to challenge the president. The 2023 PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, has coalition in 2027. The former vice president confirmed this while responding to a question on behalf of opposition leaders at the ongoing press conference in Yaradua Center in Abuja. And further details about that is that other opposition leaders who were present at the conference include Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi, who was represented by Yunusa Tanko, former secretary to the government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, National Secretary of the Coalition of United Political Parties Peter Ame, and convener of the Alternative Segun Showumi, among others. They called on the president to immediately revoke the emergency rule and reinstate the elected governor, deputy governor, and state assembly of Rivers State. This is as far as we know. So the big question is, this trend, this pattern, is this becoming, or maybe it has become, the modern day power capture strategy? Because we know that for the APC to take power from the PDP in 2015, a coalition was required. And now that the APC has had its run, we've had two presidents, Muhammadu Buhari and President Tinubu. For 2027, is a coalition needed to unseat a ruling party? Because if that is what happens, and let's imagine it creates a pattern that will be difficult to break. Political system, mass mind, being called many things, lots of things. And so, if a coalition is formed, just like we've heard that Atiku is doing, will they be able to outsmart his political smarts? Or will once again the political strategists of President Tinubu reign supreme? These are questions that must be answered, but I'm concerned about a lot of things. The only information we have is that Atiku said that there is an opposition coalition. I'm more particular about the name. Usually when parties come together, I like to know what it's called. When about 4 parties came together a couple of years ago, what would that mean for Atiku and his run in the PDP? These are wonderful times. Coming up next, we'll be talking about the constituents calling for the recall of Senator Natasha. Apparently, they are not satisfied with her being in the House. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06416. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can watch, listen, and engage. But most importantly, turn off your radio. From WhatsApp, for all I know, Sim Fubara will be reinstated as state administrator and have his own part of the national cake. We stand with Sim Fubara, come rain, come shine. God Day Teme says on WhatsApp. Okay? Samarako, let's welcome the sole administrator, Admiral Ibok Ibas, and urge him to pay maximum attention to what the good people of River State are saying. He must buy radio if he didn't come with one, feel the pulse of the ordinary non-partisan people, and genuinely report same to Mr. President to guide his actions in this special assignment. Respect, he may need the ordinary people more than any strong politician, just as Mr. President does not really need the force of any man to win elections if he proves to the people that he cares. Right now, Mr. Ibas must see River State and love it just as he loves his own and do the right thing. My honest advice is... Good afternoon. Kelechi says, both upper and lower house did the bidding of their paymaster. The coalition of Atiku will do nothing new. It will be dead on arrival. The formation of Sister President and the President is deadly. Kelechi from Mile 3 says, okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, SOC.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
This is Ken, calling from Ubumini.
Go ahead.
SOC, I think, according to them, constitutionally, the National Assembly has wasted their time. Otherwise, I have not seen where an incident or what happened in Nigeria that will later be reversed. I've never seen it. That was why in the morning I was trying to connect your station to let them know that voting for or praying for, let what should happen should not happen. Means is that the State House of Assembly was affected also. I thought it will only be the governor and the deputy. Since all the executive and the House of Assembly members were affected, I think let them rest and rethink on how to resolve themselves if the 6 months is real 6 months. But for the sole administrator, I am saying that let him not be an scapegoat in River State, because I know what will happen in future. Let him not be the former CBN governor, where they will be tracing this and tracing that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Is it Ken? Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Chidi from Port Harcourt.
Chidi, please turn off your radio.
Okay, well, my take is on those that are advising the government to go to court and all that. You see, these are the people who advised him to go to court before, and at the end of the day, they are where we are now. I think the best thing for him now is to begin to look, just like the upper and lower chamber has agreed that they are going to set up probably a committee that will look for a way to reconcile them. I think that is the area I will expect him to start looking towards. Because for me, going to court in Nigeria here is neither here nor there. That state has approved. So let them find a possible way. Because don't forget, my brother, don't forget, the House of Assembly served an impeachment notice before they left. It's still pending. So this is just a window for him to find a way to reconcile. Otherwise, by the time he comes back, we'll still go back to status quo.
Okay.
So for me, he should find a way to make peace and then reconcile this thing before that 6 months time.
Okay, before I let you go, but when he comes back, money would be flowing already. At least the state administration, the sole administrator rather.
It has to do with state of emergency. Money must come in. It's not a state of emergency.
Yes, there will be allocation now, so people would have been paid, and the problem of the budget would have been partially solved.
No. This is a separate issue. This is a case of state of emergency. And when it comes to state of emergency, every other legitimate collapses. So when he comes back, it becomes a full state operation again. And don't forget, the president said, if the thing does not die down, it might be extended.
Yes, but understand, if we could not pay workers because a budget was not passed, and a sole administrator comes in and there's allocation, and we can now pay workers, then you solve one of the problems.
Don't forget that the state administrator is not able to benefit.
But he can pay.
So his own is just to look at the instruction, maintain peace. So at the end of the day, he could only pay salary. The government can release money for him to pay salary.
Okay.
Then the moment it is done and they come back, the real democratically elected people.
Okay, thank you.
Supreme Court judgment is still there.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. Atiku.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Chimadika. I'm calling from Mokuta.
Go ahead.
Mr. Atiku, this emergency is not to stop the impeachment or to stop, what are they calling it, democracy. This emergency is to stop the rascality that wanted to take place in River State about these militants trying to bomb oil wells, trying to cause chaos in the state. So what just happened is to let hold, to keep hold. I'm going to remind you something. 2025 budget was not in the Supreme, it wasn't in the judgment. It is 2024. You understand? Where he was being given a mandate or an ultimatum to come and present or whatever is 2024, which he cannot give account of. So what I'm saying in essence is that as the result of after 6 months, democracy will start again its process. The constitution will re-enact again. They have kept it at the side. It will come up again. and everything will come again in process, then...
Hitch the governor. Hello?
Yeah. Sam, my name is Jude Obani. I'm calling for a moment.
Okay.
Sam, I'm going to talk on the release of the fund without a budget. Now, the Supreme Court ordered the amount of the deal will present a legitimate but not a legislation. Now we hear that the allocation will be released to the sole administrator. Where are we now? In democracy or autocracy? Are we now disobeying the Supreme Court order, which says allocation be withheld until proper budget is presented to the legitimate assembly? And we have one man, a president. Now I take that one now as autocracy and disobedience to the rule of law. Now, what is the president telling us? That the president, that the Supreme Court spoke in tongue. Maybe we didn't understand it, or now he's interpreting what the Supreme Court meant when they said present the budget. When you do that, we will release the allocation. You can see the level of autocracy we are facing now in a democratic setup. Which one is Supreme? The Supreme Court or the President's order? Sam, I'm confused. I don't know where we are. Whether we are in democracy or we are in autocracy of the military, we fought to bring the democracy that is being messed up now. I quit from here.
All right, thank you very much. Well, we are in a democracy based on what we know and what we've seen. The implementation of beyond factors of democracy. Time actions to the dysfunction doesn't mean that become something else. And for the record, I was supposed to say that as he was speaking, it was 2025 budget that the governor was told to present before the House, the 2025 budget. All right, let's go to WhatsApp. The sole administrator of River State should focus more on the main issue in River State. The only way to solve it is by conducting local government election, Christian Obolo says. And someone who did not give his name says there's no law in Nigeria. There are laws, they're just not satisfied with the implementation. It's disheartening to hear that lawmakers that are supposed to be custodians of law are the ones breaking the law. The good thing about denying people's justice, the person does not deserve it for themselves. Ezekiel Isaiah says. Okay. And this message reads, good afternoon. Please confirm how many months this state of emergency approved by the Senate will last in River State. Mr. Fresh. Well, Clinton, the president said an initial 6 months. Mess of any coalition of opposition parties. Pastor Vincent.
To me, as a surprise, the leader of the APC is calling for another emergency in Osun State, threatening them that the next in line is on them, that the next in line is Osun State governor. The next time.
Well, thank you very much. I've said many times, while you can air your grievances, I understand the frustration. There are lots of reasons to be frustrated, but we are not conquered. There's a lot of work to do. Back to the phone lines. Hello?
Hello, Sam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Honorable Gladwin. I'm calling from Buguma City. Now we are in an egalitarian society. This is democracy. There's no problem in River State. Here we have three arms of government. It's only one that is working. Sam, as we are talking at the Supreme Court, that goes to the River State. Now, the state of emergency is declared by Mr. President. I welcome it, the nice one. I'm even surprised that the former ambassador to Nigeria was saying that what is happening in other states have not happened in River State. Did they want people to be killed by the state? Did they want people to say local government by local government be fighting war because they create state of emergency? Some as you are talking, then that means the governor had no militants, said they will burn oil pipeline and everything. Right in his nose, two have happened. The governor has not said anything. Section 14 of Section 1 of the Constitution, right, to secure life and property of them. Now, the governor this short and there the 6 months. Let me just say this. That's not that they will not come back. They will come back in the city and this thing In as much as I'm concerned, the governor of the River State have committed a dishonorable offense. That is why they said gross misconduct. We have committed misappropriation of public funds. We are living in a society where 4% finds budget of 830 billion. Including my own like I said, overwhelmingly voting that the state of Nigeria. We had that members of the party. They protest. Where my own party, the other said, overwhelmingly rational. I just want to read one story. God bless. I know the address. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Glad West. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, caption.
Okay, go ahead.
I think, I believe a new record has been set in Nigeria.
Which one?
Remember that when Obasanjo introduced the third bid, people stood their ground and make sure it doesn't see the light of the day. The first are enjoying this democracy. It's the way you that do you. And it's not a matter of from start for a foot. If the both National Assembly will overwhelmingly voted for this kind of because everybody has seen it, that a new record has been set. But I tell you, what bothers me a lot is the man that is in the saddle is one that claims that he loves democracy too much and fought for this democracy that has come to our way today. I would have been managing it because of the kind of mindset we have. We have been managing it, and today a new record has been set. Let everybody have it in mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I have comments waiting to be taken on Facebook. Remember, we're live. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Roosevelt Bere, with an interesting comment here, says, what of the G60 House of Representatives led by Honorable Ugo Chinyere and others? Didn't they vote against it? Governor Fubara should learn from this. Peaceful Ransom says, God will help us in this country. And Pi Festus, I'm never surprised at the House of Reps' approval of the state of emergency in River State. After all, we run a lopsided democratic system of government in this part of the world. All I see is a rubber-stamped National Assembly members as we speak. And for Atiku announcing opposition coalition to challenge President Tinubu, it is the right one, because it will give them a formidable momentum to take back power from the APC-led government. The Constituents' beginning recall for Natasha is another acted attempt to finally silence her voice. Her position, it's quite unfortunate. Okay, let's see what we can get from WhatsApp. Wike position is the Gungo says the governor really disobeyed so many rules of law in River State. He does things as he pleases without thinking of the consequences. Governor Sim really deserves whatever is happening to him now. And from now henceforth, he should know the people that advise him, because a lot of them really advised him wrongly. Okay. Dear Sam, why does this feel like state capture? Reading the judgments of the Supreme Court was like listening to the FCT minister talk. The reps and senators are rubber stamp only on this thing. Why does this whole thing rather feel like state capture? Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon.
Oracle, Shinedu, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Gift calling from Yenegoa.
Go ahead.
Now, we're standing on their ground, not to do them of stuff. People have what they have into one is split all. You destroyed a House of Assembly of River State, knowing fully well that the State Assembly and National are one, and you are lobbying them again at the end of the day, expecting these same people that you use the wave of hand to push aside. In fact, Supreme Court said you're a dictator and not a Democrat. And you will still come out to cry about National Assembly. What they did today was their job. If you don't know how to lobby, President Tinubu has been using this word. It is not about fight. During his time, when he was asking the governor, he said he told him that I refuse to fight anybody. My fight is through the law. And that record is there until tomorrow. It will be that way. Instead of you to toe that path, decided to bring down the House of Assembly, then you want to lobby them at the national level to help you so that state of emergency will not be approved. No, they have approved it. And congratulations to this man, all of us. Let's take charge. In fact, I will bet and tell you today that the governor, what Yoruba people call OT law, that is the final. He's not coming back anywhere.
Okay.
Bet today, back today.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Oracle.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Chief Comrade IMB.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, Oracle. One thing is that there is a constitution guiding the Nigerian nation. Now, the president has made a proclamation. If not the National Assembly attending to it, it would have been void. Am I right?
That's right.
Yeah, but they have also ratified it. Means it has become a law in the state. So what I want them so that the various projects that we are going on will also go on. So the National Society and I provide a committee to ensure that they put out peace between the assembly and the executive. That will be also a good one. But me, I appreciate that there won't be any settlement. This thing is timely that it would not be there to appoint a new chief judge and also to hold the local government election as scheduled. So that is the timely approach that the president gave to it. And we should be able to understand that we're in democracy. In a democratical sector, these things do happen. But I want to also appeal to our neighboring states. Each time things are happening, they use our neighboring state or do River State and count Imbo, Joseph Imbo. At the end of the day, what happens to him? They use Sam Enwang against Rivers.
All right, Comrade Bird.
So please, I want to add that we should be our brother's keeper and not our brother's killers.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, for the final headline, constituents of Kogi Central Senatorial District have kicked off the process for the recall of Senator representing the area, Natasha Akpoti Udwaga. Signature collection started in some areas of the district. The News Agency of Nigeria reports on Wednesday in Lokoja that constituents gathered at the some occasions visited include Abuja, Davi, Okene, Lokoja, and Okehi local government areas, where residents were seen participating in the signature drive. And the response from the senator to that is that it was sponsored. Yes, indeed. That's what she said. I'm going to try to get that. Okay, here it is. Well, Senator Natasha of Kogi Central dismissed attempts to recall her from the Senate, calling the move a sponsored effort that will not succeed. It was reported some Arogbonlo insist the senator is not under pressure, pointing to a recent protest by supporters denying any recall plans. Well, this is Nigeria. Lots of things are possible. We've seen sponsored protests. We've seen sponsored many things. So this is not beyond imagination. But time a few more comments and I wrap it up. The home that police authority minister, his friend, he would deep hostage as he would by two ministers that the loyal FCT minister fixed in charge of the local government in the upcoming election. Watch and see, Paul says. If the Red Chamber and Green Chamber had done otherwise, the president would have fired them ASAP. Didn't expect otherwise from them. But why would the funds be released if the governor cannot spend without the budget? How would this sole administrator spend money? The country is just confusing. Well, constitutionally, because we always have to cite the Constitution, the president cannot and should not be able to fire the legislators, thanks to separation of power and all of that. But these days, I'm guessing that you're not allowed to be shocked by whatever you see, because there just might be a defense from the same Constitution. Today on Hard Facts, we will have two different legal practitioners, one that supports the emergency rule and one that does not. And I'm certain they will both point to the Constitution. Interesting times. I can't wait for it. All right. Good day, Mr. Sam. Sonny Manuel says, my heart bleeds with the current state of things in River State. I'm imagining what Mr. Governor will be going through psychologically. I think it's also welcome call to people not to go into agreement to obtain power, because I feel like the governor did not go into some sort of agreement with the FCT minister, allegedly. I like that you added that. then all this would not have happened. Okay. Owanete West says, the federal government saying the allocation of River State will be released to the sole administrator is a step in the right direction because the Constitution of Federal Government, Republic of Nigeria, permits any government on board and spend money without a budget for 6 months, Owanete says. I think this is as far as I can take for this part of the show. At the top of the hour, we'll have the business news, and after that, we'll be looking at legal experts who have the channels for a challenge. Please stay with us.
It's all talk and more talk on Nigeria.